Hi, in this video we're going to do a quick walk through scheduling of appointments. I'm logged into GlowPM. You'll see the appointments tab. This is just list the patient's appointments for you. You have a searching option here. You can search within a date range. Status, I'm not sure, a lot of practices use that, and by provider. To actually schedule those appointments, you will go to the calendar. GlowPM's calendar is very similar to a Outlook calendar. The providers that are in bold have templates assigned to them, so they have actual scheduling slots built for them. Providers who don't have templates will just have a blank calendar and have at-will scheduling. So this is the list of your providers. Resources are not necessarily scheduled with a single provider, but a resource. So you can do injections, casting, x-ray, just as the list. You're scheduling a room rather than a provider. And then location. So if you have multiple locations, you can search by locations. You'll see that we have a legend down here that will give you a legend of the appointment types. So when there's actually appointments scheduled, you will see the colors, and that'll just give you just a little, it's a key to what is actually scheduled. So to schedule an appointment, it's pretty simple. You could just double click there, search your patient's name, double click the name, and the appointment window shows up. So I'm going to choose my location where I'm scheduling the appointment. Departments, if you use departments. Here, it defaults to fracture care, and the reason why it defaulted to fracture care is because I clicked a fracture care appointment. If I wanted to change that to a follow-up appointment, I could change that. You'll notice the color changes here. This confirms the date and time. If you know this patient is going to take a little bit of extended time, you can change the duration. Now, if your practice is using templates, I suggest you changing the duration. The template was built for that. Now, notes is any notes you have about the appointment. So we can write right arm recheck, a verified patient's benefits. I mean, any type of notes you want to print there, you could put there. Going to request a refill. I mean, you can, the possibilities are endless of what you could put there. Now, this little alert section is very helpful. It gives the patient's last payment that they did, their total balance, and a patient due of $25. So you can, when scheduling the appointment, you could tell the patient you have a patient balance of $25. You know, please bring this with you. If the patient is bad debt, it will also show there, and you'll get a patient alert when scheduling that patient that would say bad debt. So now I'm going to do a save and close. This is a warning that says the insurance requires an authorization. Do I want to continue? I'm going to say no, because I'm going to show you where you would add this prior authorization. So Blue Care Network or any of your HMOs that require that alert, you mark on the patient's insurance plan, and then it will give you an alert. So this tells me I need one. I don't have one loaded, so at this time you click the practice. Do you have a referral? Get that information or contact the patient's insurance. I'm just going to load one. Prior authorization, save and close. So now I have an authorization attached to this appointment. Save and close. So now what it's saying, it's going to take one of the 3 visits that were limited. Yes, we want it to count down so we know if we have it. It's because I scheduled outside of a template, so it does give you a warning. So I'm going to say yes, schedule anyway outside the template. So you'll now see my scheduled appointment. If you look at the key, it's yellow. Amanda's also got an appointment in the cast room. I did that as well. Okay, so now I'm just going to go over some of these buttons up here. Since you know how to schedule an appointment, excuse me, I'm going to rewind a minute. So I'm going to take this appointment. Let's say the patient called and they need to reschedule. I'm going to cut this appointment from today, and I'm going to move it to tomorrow because she's available tomorrow. I'm going to right click and oh, what happened here? Let's go back. Right cut. We're going to cut this appointment. And why can't I paste it? Oh, I can. I just got to go down. And again, I put it in a black spot, but yes. So it's going to use, I'm not going to, and it's saying yes again. So you can just cut and copy. Right click, cut and copy. You will notice it's no longer on today's, but it is on today or tomorrow. Also, when you right click on an appointment, you can open the appointment to add details. Delete the appointment. You can mark it as a no-show or cancel. So if the patient is a no-show or cancel, I highly recommend that you don't delete the appointment, but you mark it as no-show or canceled, because these appointments are trackable and you can run how many no-shows and cancels a patient has, and it's never deleted. If you'd like to add notes to the appointment, this is the same note that is on the appointment, but if you want to add additional notes, you could just right-click Add Notes. Cut and copy, or just like your normal cut and copy. Modify, if you want to actually modify the patient's demographics, that opens up for you there. Register the patient, that basically is just checking them in. It doesn't check them in, but it marks the appointment as registered, that you got the information that you need for the appointment. Check in. So on the day of the appointment, when the patient comes in, you could click check in. That changes the patient's status. And when they leave, be sure to check them out. If you'd like to send a task on this patient, so we've scheduled the patient, and if you do have an authorizations department and you don't have a referral, you can send a task to your authorizations department to get that. So you can send tasks right from the appointment. Template, so if you want to print out paperwork for this patient, you could simply go to the template and do that. Also, if you're checking the patient in, you can create check-in appointments and print those. And then view history, it's the history of that appointment. So once that opens, so this is the history. You'll see where I created the schedule and then I moved the schedule. So this is the history. You can see who scheduled the appointment, when it was created. This is the time and date the action actually happened. So that's all the right click features of an appointment. These buttons up here, a new appointment, this opens it up. It's going to default to the last patient scheduled. You can X out of that and search and schedule an appointment. If you want to edit an appointment, it's going to edit the highlighted appointment down below. A delete deletes the appointment, and I very rarely recommend that you delete an appointment. Today, this will bring you to today's calendar for the marked providers. If you'd like to look at a single day, or if you would like to look at a single week, it opens up an entire week for the selected providers, or a month if you want to look at a month's worth of schedule for that provider. If you'd like to search for an appointment, so this is if you're looking for Dr. Graves and you want to look for the next, I'm going to check what provider was I scheduling. Dr. Stone. I'm going to use Dr. Stone just because I know he has templates on this demo database. So I'm checking Dr. Stone in the date range of 12/12 to 1/12, a follow-up, and I'm going to search. It's saying he doesn't have any follow-ups, which I find that odd. Let's do main location, fracture care, search. I'm doing something wrong. Okay, sorry about that. So I searched my providers. I checked Dr. Graves and Dr. Stone because I wanted to get that correctly. The type of the type of appointment. Then I did calendar view, and then I like the list view because it lists all the appointments. So this lists all the established appointments in this date range. And then I have Dr. Sample provider listed. Dr. Stone I was using didn't have any, but Dr. Sample provider did. So I can list, on this date range, when would you want to be seen? Double click there, and I could schedule the appointment from that follow-up list. Hide template. I don't know if so many practices use this, but if you don't want to see this outline template and you just want to see what's scheduled, so let's go to the 13th because we had something scheduled. You can see that. So if you just want to see how your day looks, you can hit hide template. If you want to see the template so you can see what you have available to schedule, you're going to hit hide template. Zoom times, again, I don't see a lot of people messing with this because it kind of affects the view of your calendar, and let's face it, we're all creatures of habit. You can look at it in 15-minute appointment increments, which I have, but if you want to look at it 30 minutes out, you see it squishes and it shows on the half hour. If you want to do it on the 5 minutes, you'll see, from 2 a.m. to 5, I'd say the standard is 15 minutes, but again, that's practice specific, and once you set it, you most often don't change it. Follow-up, you have to set up your follow-up actions in setup. There will be a separate video on that. But if the doctor says follow up with this, we want to follow up in 1 week, let's say 3 weeks, you can click 3 weeks. It's going to set your calendar out to 1/3 to 12/4, and you can let's go to sample provider because we know that one works. Select the provider. And we're going to do view list. And again, so you could just select the appointment, double click on it, and select your patient. And then save your appointment. So that's the follow-up feature. You do have to set up your follow-up time. So if your doctor, and when you're setting that up, you're just going to go with what your doctor most recommends. 1 month follow-up, a 2 month follow-up. We all know our doctors' workflows. Print will print your calendar, so print your schedule if you have a copy of that you use at check-in. Print preview, just like any document, you preview your schedule. And close. And that is a short scheduling tutorial. Excuse my little, forgot what I was doing in the middle there. Have a great day, and if you have any questions, please call support. We'll be happy to help. Thank you.